Welcome back to the Metro Madness League. It is the semifinals, and we have the Gravely Gengars going up against the Sin City Cyndaquils. Match number one, game one for these two teams. Of course, it is best 2 out of 3. We'll see which of these teams can move on to the finals and get a chance of being the champion here. The Cyndaquils starting off with their 2 Litten, doing that double intimidate. We've seen them do it before. It worked in their favor. Of course, didn't work for other teams. We'll see if it helps them here. Litten, the shiny Litten, gonna start things off in the battle for us here tonight. And it's gonna go with the Powder Snow. That hits both sides. Not very effective, but a little bit of damage. I'm gonna go regular Litten now on its offensive turn. It's gonna go for a Mean Look. Interesting. Not gonna allow them to switch out. Isn't that what Mean Look does? Yeah, they can't switch out now. Not something you see often, but it could be a strategy that they employ. Here comes the Score Bunny now with the Stun Spore. That is a great start. Paralysis is excellent in these battles. Of course, Litten might be paralyzed in the coming turns. Of course, it also slows him down, which is the most important part. Here comes the Foul Play, though. And that is huge. Interesting. Circumventing the Intimidate that was put on it. Foul Play uses the Litten's own attack stat against itself, and that did a lot of damage. Here comes the Steel Wing from Shiny Litten. It's gonna do just a little bit of damage, not a whole lot. Here we go. There goes the attack order. Attack order coming from regular Score Bunny. Not a lot of damage there to Shiny Litten. Shiny Score Bunny now gonna go ahead, and it's going for the Drill Peck. Drill Peck lands on regular Litten. Regular Litten, oh my goodness, approaching the danger zone. It's fully paralyzed, can't move. And that, it looks like it's gonna go out in the next few turns. If they focus their attacks on it, it could be all but over for it. There goes the Shiny Litten now, goes for a Peck. Peck against the Shiny Score Bunny. A little bit of damage. They're chipping away at these Score Bunny. Just chip, but not a lot of damage being done. There goes the Circle Throw. Circle Throw actually forcing Shiny Litten out. And so here we go. Incineroar comes out onto the field for the Cyndaquils. Now it's an early showing for the Incineroar. Also, its Intimidate is going to lower the attack stat on the Score Bunny even further. Here comes the Eruption. That, of course, not very effective, but oh my goodness, Litten taking a huge hit in the danger zone. Fully paralyzed again. That paralysis has been bad for it. Oh my goodness. Litten's not looking too hot. Here comes Shiny Score Bunny. Goes for the Clear Smog. That's against Litten, and Litten goes down. So Litten is knocked out. Regular Score Bunny goes for the cut. Cut, not doing a lot of damage against the Incineroar. Of course, their attack stat has been drastically lowered. Incineroar going for the Swallow, of course, will not work. And there goes the Vanillish. So Vanillish is out on the field. Remember, the Cyndaquils do still have a Litten in play since it got swapped out. So that Litten will come out later. Vanillish on the field now. Score Bunny going for that Night Daze. Is against the Vanillish, doing a little bit of damage, but also lowering its accuracy, which can be huge later on the battle if Vanillish can't land its moves. There goes the Wish. That's actually huge. So Score Bunny will get a heal later on if it's able to survive. Does Wish transfer over to the next Pokemon? I never really knew that. Like, if Score Bunny faints, will the Wish go for the next Pokemon? That is a huge hit. The Psychic Fangs coming from the Incineroar, putting Score Bunny below half its health. Vanillish misses its move. Here we go. Shiny Score Bunny now. Going for a Reflect type. That's against the Incineroar. So it keeps its type because they both were fire types. So I don't think that did anything at all. So regular Score Bunny is going to go now, and it goes for a Horn Attack. Horn Attack against the Vanillish. Little bit of damage, not a whole lot. Incineroar now. Going for the Confide. Fighting in the Score Bunny. Shiny Score Bunny lowers its special attack. Score Bunny has had a lot of its attack lowered. I'm not so sure it'll be able to do a lot of damage now. Here comes the Sleep Powder. It will land. It's against regular Score Bunny. And that could be huge as well. So it won't be able to attack in the next few turns unless it wakes up. There goes that Wish though. And regular Score Bunny is all the way back up almost to full health. It's still asleep, unfortunately. Won't be able to attack. So Shiny Score Bunny's gonna have to make up for it. Goes for the Spite, excuse me. And Spite is always huge in these battles, so that's gonna reduce the amount of metronome that Vanillish has. And it may force it to struggle sooner than it wanted to. A waterfall, oh my goodness, super effective. Oh, Score Bunny's done, that's it. Shiny Score Bunny hit with the waterfall, it goes out. That's the first loss for the Gengars though. And Vanillish puts down a Rain Dance. Interesting. It's gonna power up the water type moves. Want to look out for that. Too bad it was after the waterfall. Not that it mattered. But here comes the Marshtomp, and that's not what you want to see hitting the field after you put up the rain. I'm not sure the Cyndaquils really thought about the team composition here on the Gengars. So that Marshtomp now would get a boost from the rain if he uses a stab water type move. Here comes the Incineroar now though with the workup. Setting things up, that's good. Workup gonna raise its attack and special attack. Looking pretty dangerous right about now. Here comes that Vanillish with the growth. Oh, they're both setting up. Cyndaquils taking a time to slow the battle down a bit and set up their team. And you know what? That could be huge. That could be very big for the Cyndaquils. There goes the speed swap from the Marshtomp. So swapping speed with the Incineroar. Marshtomp might be able to go first next time. Here we go. Score Bunny still sleeping. That sleep powder really has stopped it. Here comes the Marshtomp now after the speed swap. It uses its own Confide. And this time is against the Incineroar. Lowering it at a special attack right back down after the bulk up. Vanillish with the Sword Stance. More setup coming from that Cyndaquils. Sword Stance, of course, raising its attack sharply. I do not want to get hit by this Vanillish now. Of course, there goes the Zing Zap. Doesn't affect the Marshtomp. Now remember, it does have a ground typing. Can't use electric moves on it. Here we go. Score Bunny finally wakes up. And there goes the Score Bunny with a Healing Wish. The Score Bunny's gonna knock itself out. Of course, Healing Wish does not work in this case because the other Pokemon hasn't taken any damage. Gengar is falling behind now as they forcefully knock out their own Pokemon. Here comes the Cosmic Power. Marshtomp setting up on its own here, trying to match some of the things that the Cyndaquils have done, raising its defenses. Vanillish now going for the Flying Press. It's avoided. Vanillish really hurt by that accuracy drop it received earlier. There goes the Aqua Ring though. Interesting from the Incineroar. Trying to play the long game. Incineroar will heal some health back at the end of every turn. You know, Aqua Ring should heal more health in the rain, right? I feel like it should. Any type of water move like that should do that. Here comes the Cinderace out for the Gengars now. All right, Cinderace ready for the match. There goes the Earth Power from the Cinderace. That's the stab, of course, because of Libero. Is it against the Incineroar? It is against the Incineroar. Huge hit. Incineroar, though, tanks it. Didn't expect that. I thought it might knock it out. It lowers the special defense, but Incineroar lives just below half its HP. Here comes the Foul Play from the Marshtomp. Oh my god, that's huge. Vanillish used the Sword Stance earlier, so it used its own Sword Stance against it. My gosh. Great move by the Gengars there, using the Foul Play to turn things around for the Cyndaquils. Now the Teeter Dance is going to confuse both Cinderace and Marshtomp here. And the Incineroar has a lot to overcome. The rain stops. Cineroar gets a little bit of health back from that Aqua Ring. Will that save the match for the Cyndaquils? We're gonna have to see. Those are some smart plays. Oh, that's right, the Litten. I forgot, Litten comes back out onto the field. Here we go. Can the Litten help? At least the Intimidate does come into effect again, lowering that attack stat on both of them. Cinderace breaks through the confusion. There goes an Acid Spray. Acid Spray on the Litten, doing a lot of damage. Litten below half its health now. Also lowering its special defense. Litten trying to retaliate. This time it goes for a Flip Turn. Flip Turn could be it is super effective, and wow. Or no, oh, that's right, it changed its typing. Is a Poison type. Marshtomp hurts itself in confusion. Incineroar gets its chance. Here comes the Crush Grip from Incineroar. Crush Grip is huge. Cinderace taking a big hit. Incineroar back in the green. Will the Cyndaquils turn this around? Because for a second there, it looked like the Gengars were on top of everything, but Cyndaquils just made a couple of good turns. Here comes the Cinderace. Acid Spray against the Litten, and it's done. Litten's down for the count. Incineroar, last Pokemon for the Cyndaquils. Too many sins in this, as I'm saying, Cinderace and Incineroar to Sin City Cyndaquils. I can't get through all of it. There goes the Air Slash. Great move used against the Incineroar. Incineroar back in the yellow. Here we go. Cinderace. The Hyper Beam from the Cinderace. That's a stab Hyper Beam that could be huge. Is that gonna end the Incineroar? It's a huge Incineroar goes down and the win goes to the Gengars. Excellent match from these two teams. It was close. It was very close. A couple of mistakes from both the teams, but the Gengars come away with the win in game one between them. Of course, you have a game two, and we'll see if the Cyndaquils can come back with a win to force a game three there in order to try and make it to the finals. And with that being said, of course, we're going to have our next match coming up, which is going to be between the Eevee Hearts and the Charming Charmeleon. So make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more Metronome Madness League, and special thanks to our patrons for supporting the channel. If you want to become a patron, there's a link in the description below, which you can follow. Of course, we also have our Discord, which we'll be glad for you to join, or we'll love to add you to our community. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.